The video opens in a lush, green, rural landscape. A young woman, wearing a traditional conical hat, arrives on a modern red scooter, navigating a simple dirt path. She parks beside the subject of her work, a heavily rusted, three-wheeled cargo vehicle, seemingly abandoned and in a severe state of disrepair. After a brief phone call, likely to consult with the vehicle's owner, she immediately sets to work. She begins by bringing her tools and a new wrapped tire from her scooter. Her first major task is to address the front of the vehicle. Using a red bottle jack, she carefully and expertly lifts the front end off the ground, placing a brick underneath for added stability. She then begins assembling a brand new front wheel. She takes a new black rim and tire, and using a hammer, she skillfully taps new bearings into place. After installing the bearings on both sides, she fits a new brake drum assembly. With the new wheel fully prepared, she mounts it onto the front axle, secures it with the axle nut, and tightens it firmly using a powerful impact wrench. She reattaches the mudguard, then carefully lowers the vehicle off the jack. With the front end now stable and functional, her attention turns to the engine. She connects a new battery to the vehicle's electrical system to diagnose the starting issue. The woman attempts to start the engine. It cranks but fails to ignite, pointing to a problem with either fuel delivery or ignition. She systematically works through the problem, first checking and cleaning the spark plug. When that doesn't solve the issue, she moves on to the carburetor. She carefully detaches the fuel lines and throttle cables before unbolting and removing the entire carburetor assembly. On the ground, she meticulously disassembles the carburetor. Using a small brush and a cleaning spray, she cleans every component, from the float bowl to the jets, removing years of accumulated grime and blockages. After a thorough cleaning, she reassembles the carburetor and reinstalls it onto the engine, reconnecting all the lines and cables. She also takes a moment to clean the air filter element. With the fuel system now clean, she attempts to start the engine again. This time, it fires up, coughing to life with a satisfying roar. With the vehicle now mobile, she resourcefully loads her own red scooter onto the back of the three-wheeler, using a wooden plank as a makeshift ramp. She also loads an air compressor and her tools. She then drives the restored three-wheeler down the muddy country path, skillfully navigating the rough terrain. The journey takes her past fields and rural homes, and she eventually arrives at her own fully equipped workshop, ready to begin the full restoration. her workshop, the true transformation begins. She starts by disassembling the vehicle further to access all the components that need attention. The radiator, its protective shroud, the cooling fan, and the air intake housing are all removed. Using a high-pressure washer, she thoroughly cleans these parts, blasting away layers of dirt and oil. She then moves on to washing the entire vehicle, paying close attention to the engine, frame, and undercarriage to prepare them for the next stage. After cleaning, she begins the most labor-intensive part of the restoration: rust removal. Wearing safety goggles and a mask, she uses an angle grinder equipped with a wire brush attachment. She methodically works her way across every inch of the vehicle's frame, suspension, and body panels, stripping away all the rust to reveal the bare metal underneath. This is a painstaking process that she performs with focus and precision, ensuring a perfectly clean surface for painting. She grinds the main frame, the front suspension components, the rear truck bed, and even the smaller brackets, leaving no rust behind. With all the components prepped and rust-free, the painting process starts. The woman hangs the smaller parts, like the fan shroud and air intake, to be painted. She begins by applying a glossy black paint to the fan shroud, radiator guard, and air intake components using a spray can for a quick, even coat. Next, she uses a professional spray gun connected to her air compressor for the main body. The entire chassis, engine, suspension, and drivetrain are coated in a deep, glossy black paint, which immediately makes the vehicle look newer and more robust. She carefully sprays every component from multiple angles to ensure complete coverage. With the black base complete, she moves on to the main body colour. She masks off parts of the fuel tank and begins applying a brilliant metallic blue paint to the cargo bed, the cab frame, and the fuel tank. The fresh blue paint completely transforms the look of the vehicle, covering the old faded colours. She applies multiple coats to achieve a rich, deep finish. For a final custom touch, she paints the inside of the cargo bed a vibrant red, creating a striking and beautiful contrast with the blue exterior. In the final stage of the video, The woman meticulously reassembles the restored vehicle. The freshly painted radiator and fan assembly are reinstalled. She carefully reconnects the electrical wiring for the cooling fan and the new headlight and turn signals, which she neatly wires and secures. The handlebars are reinstalled, and a new cushioned seat is fitted. She attaches a white auxiliary tank for coolant and fills the radiator. The engine is started one last time, and it runs smoothly. The horn now works perfectly. The transformation is complete. The once derelict, rust-covered machine now stands as a stunning, fully restored and customized three-wheeled truck, gleaming with fresh paint. After a final, satisfied phone call, she puts on her conical hat, hops onto her restored creation, and takes it for a test drive down the road, a proud smile on her face. The video ends with a beautiful shot of the finished vehicle, a testament to her incredible skill, dedication, and hard work.